friends just giving her the business. Wow, 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 wow. And then
hope it's fun like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I wanna country.
Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today's video will be, I think it's an entertaining story time. At the time, it wasn't very entertaining and I didn't think it was very funny. But now that I can, laugh about it and talk about it with y'all, it is quite entertaining. What I'll be do before I get into the story time is I'll be rolling up a little leaf. But once that is all rolled up, I will be coming back and telling y'all, getting into the story time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some comments down below so we can interact to each other. Let me know where y'all from, where y'all at, where y'all been, what's up. So stay tuned.
hey y'all, so we back in the car per usual. Let me reverse into this spot because I do not trust my neighbors. My neighbors are my fucking ops, y'all. Like real bad. This story time today, y'all, will be about the time I beat up my ex's best friend. And the crazy part is she got beat up on her own accord, y'all. Like, I'm not a bully. I'm not a fighter. I don't really get into that shit. Like, I really don't get into shit like that. But sis was fucking trying me. Like, they have been friends for years. Like the best of friends for a long time. And if you are with somebody seriously, you don't necessarily have to be friends with your partner's friends. Granted, me and my ex was together for years and I had never really was interested in hanging out with this bitch one-on-one. Like, I'm not really no jealous type of person when it comes to that. So have your friends, live your life. But the girl, she would invite me to do things with her. Like, we went swimming together. We done, hung out at events and shit. And after she had her baby, I was working. I was not working at this time because I had just found out that I was pregnant. So she had a baby, and after her maternity leave, I was watching her baby. I watched her baby for some weeks, and she paid me $50, bro. So I had no problem doing that. Like, I understood that she needed some help, and so I watched her baby. Fast forward, I always told myself I want my son to love who he is. Like, I don't never want him to be ashamed of being black, dark skin, light skin, nappy hair, curly hair. I want him to love who he is because it's already harder out here, just being black and being a man. So I wanted him to love himself no matter what. Like, if anything, know that I love you for who you are and you should love yourself for who you are. You know what I'm saying? I had made this post basically like expressing that. Like, I want my son to love who he is. I want him to not have no shame, not be like no types of insecurities about being who he is, something that he cannot control. And so I had posted that on my story, and she was like, I wish my baby was darker or whatever. And I was like, okay, weird. Because I've noticed, like, that's like colorists. I really pay too much, attention to the shit. Because that ain't got nothing to do with me. One day, after my son was born, I want to say my son was like 3 months old. I don't know what Shorty was doing over the house, but she was over the house. And she was expressing to me, so she's Hispanic, and her son is half black, half Hispanic. And she was expressing to me how her son's hair was like difficult because it's like different curl patterns in different parts of his head. So I was like I have different curl patterns in my head. Like, it's just a part of being black. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna look at my 4-month-old baby, and mind you, y'all, and she gonna say it's better than his nappy ass shit. What the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is a baby. At the end of the day, and I'm supposed to be your friend. Like, that shit not funny. Like, even if, like, us not being friends, like, that's not just something you say. Like, what the hell? And so I had looked at this bitch, and I was really imagining, like, every fucking violent move I could probably pull on this hoe. But I just was expecting my ex to say something, like say something. But we shared a look, but nothing was said. Basically, I expressed how I felt to him after that, and the message was apparently, you know, supposed to be relayed. And me and her had kind of fallen off after that. I swear, like, she did ask me to hang out whenever her and my ex would link up to like smoke or whatever. I was not invited no more. Like, it was obvious she knew I had a problem. An apology could have gone a long way. Like, I'm the type of person, like, not to blame my toxic behavior on my sign, but I do believe, like, as a fire sign, I can be impulsive, I am temperamental, but I'm the type of person that can see both sides to a situation. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I can acknowledge that. But I feel like justice should be served, and I will hold a grudge if I feel disrespected. Like, if I feel disrespected, it's a problem. Like, I hate feeling disrespected real bad. Like, because at the end of the day, I'm also the type of person, because I do see both sides of the story, and I am very rational. I'm like, I would never do that person how they did me. She never apologized. Multiple people knew the story. Like, their mutual friends was telling my ex, like, oh yeah, she told me this is why your girlfriend mad, because this what she said. Like, and I guess she stood on that. So when they would be hanging out or whatever, I would be like petty and I would say stuff, and I feel like it was messy of my ex to like tell her what I was saying about her. But I guess if you're a real type of person, like, and if you real like that and you want somebody to know what's up, like, I guess you're gonna tell them what's up. And her cousin, sometimes she would have her cousin with her, and she would say some shit like, we'll jump her, and shit like that. Like, it's a whole bunch of funny shit going on, for real. So one day, I just had enough, like, of the slick shit. Like, even though she wasn't in my face, but she was still like coming around. Like, I just don't feel like my son would serve the justice that he deserved. Which, he a baby, like, he don't even gotta know that this happened. But as a mother, I felt like I just felt so disrespected, especially when this was one of the principles that I had already told myself that I was gonna instill in my son, and you already breaking my son down before he even could know that you doing that to him. Like, it starts so young. Like, you're not finna have my son hating his black hair, his black skin, nothing about his blackness if I can help it. So one time she was in the car and they was all smoking, and I had just went to beating on her window, like, bitch, get out the car. Like, I done had enough. Like, we gonna fight so I can get over this shit and I can move on. Like, bitch, get out the car type shit. And at first she didn't want to get out the car, but something had happened where she was talking mess from the inside of the car, and somehow I guess she had like rolled down the windows or whatever, but I was able to like get the door open, and she was quick to like, you know, try to get that hoe, you know, shut. So she was introducing her new boyfriend to my ex. And so I guess she didn't want to feel like no punk, because I guarantee you, if he probably wasn't in the car, she wasn't gonna get out the car. So I guess she was scared of feeling like a punk, or like I had pressed her. So she sure did get out the car, and it was like, as soon as she was on 2 feet, I rocked in her shit, boom, like right in her face. And she was able to recover and hit me, but that shit wasn't shit. I was on her ass like white on rice. But I didn't know this bitch was a wrestler, so she was like trying to like grab me and put me in like submission holds. She wasn't doing nothing crazy, but she was trying to like get my hands and my feet locked down. So she did have me like pinned down, and I'm like down like this, y'all, and she got my feet. So I'm like kicking my feet like in her face, like she this way, and I'm like kicking her shit. And then she I guess that she heard it, so she let my shit go, and I like got up and I was like, bing, hit her with one of them wild ones. And so yeah, so she had I guess when I had got up, she was able to get up and like she had like tried to sit on top of me, but I weigh more than her. So I had flipped us over and I was on top of her ass, just giving her the business. Wow, 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 wow. And then her dude, y'all, why her man pressed me off of her? I was so upset. After the fight, she gonna get on Snapchat posting Stunning for Vegas animal with a big ass goose egg on her shit. Like she had a big ass knot on her shit with her middle finger up. Like she did her big one. Like, you look goofy, bro. And so I had posted a post with my middle finger up, smiling in the pic, no scratches, smiling in the pic, saying this whole bet not, K-N-O-T, like that knot on her motherfucking head. Better not ever talk about my son again, ho. Don't ever talk about my son's head again. Don't even mention my son. After I posted that, she slid up, y'all, on some shit like, I don't even know why you did that. Like, me and you was supposed to be cool. And I based like a long message. And I basically slid back like, you said this about my son. Like, I know you know what was said because multiple people done told me that you knew. Why is you acting? And so she had sent something back like that she didn't, like, she was joking and that she told my ex that she was joking. But I never heard that. Like, I would have known. Like, I literally didn't beat you up for no reason. I'm not that type of person. I don't get into that. Like I said, I'm real cool, calm, and collected. But I just hate being disrespected. Like, you know, that you just didn't disrespect me, baby. You disrespected my son. Like, so I said, you knew what you said. So I did what I had to do. Regardless of not if you were joking, that wasn't fucking funny. Like, why would you play with me like that? And after that, she started making posts on her story like, people be horrible mothers. Like, if we can be real, I done got some calls from an agency about her child. Nobody has ever got a call from an agency about the well-being of my child. So next, another thing is, like, I know what you get into. Like, you done told me your business, like, and to call me a horrible mother, like, that didn't even faze me because I know myself, you know what I'm saying? And I know what type of mama I am, and can't nobody take that away from me. So yeah, basically she still kind of kept me on social media and I took her ass off. Like, one thing about me is, like, that she's dead. Like, I don't want to see you, so took her off of everything. Her and my ex are no longer friends, but I'm sure, like, I just don't know. I wouldn't want to be friends with somebody that would think that would be funny to say about my 4-month-old baby. So, yeah. But that's the story time. Hopefully, y'all understand where I'm coming from. Y'all don't think I'm no bully bitch. Because I'm not. And, like, a lot of people would tell you that I'm not no bully. You just reap what you sow sometimes. And I know violence isn't always the answer, but you reap what you sow sometimes. And sometimes your actions will have consequences like that. And I understand that I can go to jail for assault and, you know, stuff like that is real. So I do have to be more mindful on the situations that I do because my actions could also have consequences. But just don't play with nobody kids. Like, if you got some type of beef with the other person or whatever, keep that between two adults, because that innocent child cannot defend themselves, and that innocent child does not deserve to be a victim of your problems with the parent. But yeah, y'all, that's the story time. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I can laugh about the situation now, but, like, it's still really not funny to me because, like I said, I'm just very serious about that type of situation. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.